Test, test. All right. This is the second attempt at trying to make a video for Flor and Miguel. All right, let's ignore this and actually let us start a new one. Don't save. So, what we first need to do is establish the things that we need for a sound system. So, first we need a source. We need a source. We also need a mixer. We also need, oh, just kidding. We already did number 2. We also need a amplifier. Amplifier. We need a speaker. And I don't mean a person that is speaking. I mean a speaker that has a circle here, a woofer, and a horn, and that produces sound. We need a speaker. And we also need a audience. So people that will listen to the sound that we are producing and are happy. So these are the things that we need for a sound system in church. So let's talk about the first thing that we need, which is a source. So our source could be anything in church that we want to reproduce or to amplify, meaning our source could be, oh my god, what is this thing? Oh, here we go. Our source could be a singer, a happy little singer with a happy face, and he is holding up a microphone. That's can be a source. Our source could be an instrument. That looks kind of weird. Let's do that. Our source could be an instrument like a guitar. Strings, right? It's plugged into something here, and it's plugged into something else over here. We'll talk about that later. Our source can also be a piano player or a piano. So all of these things are considered sources of sound. And these things have to be plugged into a mixer. One of these guys, not a mixer like the mixers we use for food, but one of these. Okay? And let's actually do a screen capture of this and put that into our presentation over here. Paste. Boom, there we go. So, ta-da. Our sources are connected to our mixers, right? And I don't know how to make this bigger. Oh, whoa. There we go. Make it bigger. And then once our source is connected to our mixer, let's zoom in a little bit better. There we go. So this is going to go connected. Let's say the singer is connected here. Singer's number 1. He thinks he's the best singer in the world, so he wants to be number 1 here. So he's the first one. And then this is actually connected here. And then the piano is actually connected here. So 1, 2, 3. What happens is that the sound then travels down this channel. This is called the channel. So channel 1 travels down this set of buttons and knobs, and then channel 2 is this set of buttons and knobs. Channel 3 is this set of buttons and knobs, right? And all of this is internally mixed in here. That's why it's called a mixer. So all of this is mixed, and then it comes out through these sliders. These are called sliders, by the way. And out of these connections. So these connections will lead down here. Right, so we've already have a source. We already have a mixer. So what's next? We need an amplifier. So our amplifier will be, we're just gonna draw an amplifier. This will be our amp. Right? And then our amp will go to our speaker left and our speaker right. We're gonna say these are speakers. This is another speaker. So that is our project that we have so far. Then let's make this a little bigger. And then finally, from our speakers, we have our audience. A bunch of little stick people. This guy only has one leg apparently, and this one has no face. And this is just a face. So then the sound goes out to our audience. So we have a source, we have a mixer, we have an amp, we have our speakers, and then we have an audience. Okay, and what I want you guys to keep in mind is that the reason why we go through the trouble of learning all of this stuff and setting up all of this is for our audience. We want them to have a good quality of sound and for them to enjoy the service. So in the next video, in the next videos, we're gonna start talking about specifically these components, right? But this is the overall setup. We have a source. The source then is plugged into the mixer. The mixer mixes all of the sources together and it spits them out through here. It goes to our amp. Our amp amplifies the sound that it sends to the speakers left and right. And then after that, the speakers put out sound that we can actually hear to our audience. So if you think about it, it's kind of cool because, for example, a keyboard is electrical signal, right? It's not something that we hear really. It's you wouldn't be able to hear it, but it goes through this really long process of wiring and cables and equalizing and effects and post-processing and pre-processing. And it goes to our amp, and our amp makes it so that this signal becomes amplified so that these speakers turn it into physical wavelengths that we can then hear and interpret as sound. So this is kind of cool. In the next video, we're going to go over all of these individual components of our sound system. So this is going to be, sound system. This is our sound system, okay? We're going to go over each one of these right now.